Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, that belongs to the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well. Honors to you, Akim, out there doing this work, striving to know truth and sincerity. Just want to jump right into the things and stick in the spirit of prophecy, because that's what this thing is about, man. And on top of that, it's the season we're in. So, I want to jump right into it and just prophesy, and be that watchman. So, Obadiah 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord concerning Edom, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen, thou art greatly despised. And this verse right here, behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen, thou art greatly despised, is referring to the fact that, Esau had a tumult with these heathens, and he came confederate against the nation of Israel, man. And he's greatly despised. He's being made small because, it's been Esau's rulership, and he's ruled by the sword with an iron fist, man. But he's being made small. What does that mean? The heathen are being risen up all through the spirit and power of the Most High, man, to fulfill prophecy. Read none. The pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that's it's ended with a question mark, because the Most High is all knowing. He knew Esau was going to be lascivious, in nature, carnal minded, and say that he is not Edom, So this is honestly a telltale sign, if you will, of the Most High declaring, a little bit about Esau and his spirit, man. Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. And, that's clear, cut, and dry. Esau's been using the eagle, and the first thing that jumps in everyone's head is the United States, man, Great Babylon, because obviously that's what we're going through. That's where we live now. But he's been using it since, man, the ancient Rome, and elder brothers have pointed that out to me many a times, that people tend to forget that Esau's always used the eagle, man, as his calling card, If thieves by night, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? So, referring to the grape gatherers, there's not going to be anything left for the world to pillage of Esau. Everything's going to be taken, And how are his hidden things sought up? And it's through the men of the Lord, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, putting his spirit upon all flesh, starting out with his nation of Israel, raising up his prophets, man, in the end time. Verse 7, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. And I dwelled on that for a while because I've been teaching this lesson over and over to master, a integral prophecy of this thing, man. And I'm going to read back The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. And Esau use that as a reason to have aggression towards Jake, but it's really all um, the immigrants of these other heathen nations coming here and eating the bread. Moab's coming here by the droves. Gog is coming by the droves. Gomer, all his bands are coming to the United States by droves. And if you look at the history, a lot of the eastern cities of America on the eastern seaboard, they have a lot of immigrants from all the heathen nations, man. So when it says they eat thy bread and have laid a wound under thee, there is none understanding in him. Esau's not going to understand when he turns, man. Or excuse me, when the heathen turn. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? Because, Esau thinks that he's going to be able to get over and get over and get over, and that's not the case, man. Um, a lot of elder brothers have put that point out there that you can only hit somebody in the face so many times before they do something. You know what I'm saying? And that's wholly true. And Jake, we're supposed to be spiritually minded, and we do our best to try to turn the other cheek, like Yahushua taught us, man. However, the heathen are not, and they're not gonna put up with that shit, man. And that's why it's saying, wise men out of the mount of, I will even destroy wise men out of the mount of Edom, because Edom at one point had wisdom. He was considered wiser than Daniel, and Daniel was considered the wisest, next to Solomon, you know, and of course Yahushai. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. And that is due in huge part because if you look at the situation in this Third World War, it seems to be just Esau aggressing on these Edomites aggressing on each other, as well as the other heathen, raising hell in their countries, man. So this ain't just some crazy Jake just talking shit, You look at the state of the world, man. The world is in panic, you know, and that's not because of little old me, barely, barely getting by, you know. Let Esau research me, barely getting by, So that's not Jake feelings right there. That's coming from the Most High, man. That's in the Bible, readily available, for print and for profit, And reading on verse 10, for the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And it's telling you why, Jacob and Esau were brothers, man, and needs to be said when teaching about that the Most High hated you, man. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. And it shows why, man. For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. You already fought your brother, so what could you do after that? And now you're fighting yourself, man. So go back to verse 9. The mighty men of, Salakia, and the mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. This isn't, I'm trying to come and preach from a calmer point, man. A more spiritual, humble point. I've been separate with the Most High, and I want to preach from a more spiritual and humble point, man. And I get super riled up, even though this is the fire of my spirit. But this is why, Esau. This is not powerless niggas, speaks, and Hispanics, man, coming at you, man. This is the scripture, man. This is an app anybody can pick up, man. And I think I'll close on 11. Because we've we've taught the book dozens of times, but in verse 11, um, in that day that in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even though even thou was as one of them. Basically saying you were helping, man. And look at the state that Jake is still in, man. We're still in your possession, if you think about it, because that's pursuing the old time, man, when we were carried away out of Jerusalem, man. And we're still in your possession, Esau, for the violence against thy brother Jacob, you know, and we're still in your possession, man. And with that, I'm going to say, call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Bashem Rakakadash, double honors to the elders, honors to you, Akim, Bible ball, Bible ball, Bible ball, Shalom.